retirees struggling with the rising cost of groceries.
And the price of food has really gone high, you know. The eggs.
But the prices are just outrageous.
Andrew and Lauren say their budget in San Diego was around $700,000, which left them with few options they didn't like.
How much are you paying each month?
$930.
Troubling times on the American road. 2 years ago, Alejandra Graciola bought her EV for $60,000.
Is that pretty high for you? I mean, does it break your budget?
It is.
Graciola isn't alone. In 2024, more than 4% of auto loan holders had car payments of $1,000 or more.
Am I going to be able to make it next month? It gets very hard for myself.
Hey, Renegades, what's going on? Gazelles, we're stretching dollars today. We got to find out the best states for cost of living in 2025. Where will your dollar stretch the most? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects every single one of us, unless your last name is Musk, where you can lose $200 billion in like 2 weeks and not even bat an eye. Instead, you're playing physics with spoons and forks at a dinner. Man, this not for you. But for the rest of us, the 99% of us, with inflation continuing to shape our economy and prices rising across the board, it's more important than ever to know where your dollar can stretch the furthest. So which states will be the most affordable in 2025? I was impatient. I'm doing the best states in the U.S. right now. A lot of these states that we are going to talk about today, I've already covered. We're going to hit you with the top 5 best states for cost of living and hit you with the top 5 most expensive states for cost of living. In the other videos that I do, I deep dive each state individually, so you're able to see cost of living, taxes, and all of those things combined, crime, everything. So after this video, go check out if your state was completed already, and I'll kind of give you a nudge here. So let's look at the numbers. According to projected 2025 cost of living data, West Virginia remains the most affordable state in the U.S. with an overall index of 84.1. That's still way below the national average of 100. What makes West Virginia so affordable? Let's talk about it. We got the housing costs. They're projected to rise slightly to 62.5. It's still a steal compared to the rest of the country. Utilities are also relatively low at 98.5. Coming in second is Oklahoma with an index of 85.7, followed closely by Kansas at 87.0. These states are winning, absolutely winning when it comes to affordable groceries, housing, transportation, healthcare, all of it just wrapped in one. But it's not just the Midwest, right? It's not just the Midwest states that are hitting it. We got the Mid-South to South states as well. States like Mississippi, Alabama, and Arkansas also make it in the top 10. All 3 of those states, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, I did a video on individually, so you could go check that out where we deep dive a little deeper into the state. But they also come in the top 10, all right? With housing and utilities costs that are significantly lower than the national average. Damn. Here goes the top 5 most expensive states in 2025. We got to take a sip for it. Whatever you sipping on, just take a sip of it. Water, coffee, the other thing. All right. These states, you're going to take a hit in your wallet. There's just no way that you probably can shave off things here and there, but you're gonna take a massive hit to the pockets. At the very top of the list, we got Hawaii with a staggering index of 186.9. Housing in Hawaii is projected to rise 310.0. Yo, you heard it right. 310 for housing. Remember, the national average is sitting at 100. Utilities are also through the roof, is on fire at 198.0. Next up, you got California with the index of 144.8 for cost of living. If you ever dreamed of living in the Golden State, Be prepared to pay a premium like this young family right here.
We started looking at Orange County.
Why?
Because it's safe. It feels safe out here. The community, the grass, the parks, the education system.
It comes at a price, though.
It does, definitely.
Tell me about that.
The cost of living, I think the cost of living is high anywhere, but it feels extraordinarily high here. Just the rent.
Just the rent for Andrea and Gregory's 2-bedroom apartment is $3,200 a month.
Now they're trying to raise it to about $3,580 or whatever.
The family is now moving to a less expensive apartment at the end of the month.
You consider car insurance, vehicle payments, electricity bill of $300 to $400 a month. You know, that adds up.
And especially even for California, the housing still is projected to hit 208.7 on the index. Let's not forget about Massachusetts, New York, where housing and utilities are also significantly higher than the national average. Even Alaska, despite the remote location, has surprisingly high costs, especially for groceries and utilities. Now let's talk about utilities and housing, two major factors in the cost of living. Across the U.S., utility costs are projected to rise 2 to 3% annually due to inflation and increased energy demands. That's just standard. For example, in Texas, where the utility index is already high at 105.3, residents can expect utilities to rise to 108 by, this year, 2025, 2026. In California, utility costs are coming amongst the most highest in the nation with an index of 139.8. Recent projections show that rising energy prices will continue to put pressure on residents already struggling with high housing costs. You got the high housing costs. Now you got to cool the house down, heat the house, cook in the house. We got the house. Now how do we make the house work? On the flip side, states like Idaho and Alabama are expected to keep utility costs relatively low with indexes of 77.9 and 100 even in Alabama, respectively. This makes a huge difference when it comes to monthly expenses. It does. I did a video already on Texas, California, Idaho, Alabama. You could check that out. So why does it all matter? Well, if you're thinking about relocating, starting a family, or even retiring, understanding the cost of living in different states can help you make smarter financial decisions. A friend of mine's parents, they've been retired for a few years now. They were living in Maryland. Maryland has crazy taxes. So they were looking for states that are conducive to their retirement. You got your military benefits if you were in the military, Social Security, all that, pension, whatever. So they're doing a stint in Texas. And I spoke to her the other day and she said that almost was the best decision for them because there's no taxes coming out on any of their military benefits and their checks every month. So they love it, absolutely love it. And that's a huge saving when you think of coming from Maryland to Texas. So if you're working remotely, why not consider moving to a state like West Virginia or Oklahoma, where your salary could go much more further, or a state with no income tax. If you're stuck in a high cost state, there's always still some ways to save, and I want to do a video on that. If you're stuck, when we say stuck, I'm always like, why can't we leave? But I get it. You got kids in school, your work, you've been climbing up that ladder for so long. It's just you gotta stay, right? You relocated to that state for that job. You got family issues in there or family concerns where you have to stay, or, for other reasons. You love it. You love looking at the palm trees every morning. You love looking at the ocean, and you are going to do whatever it takes to stay in that state, live and die in that state. To live and die in LA. Okay. It's the place to be. Not the place for me. Okay, I'm done singing. All right, so there's things that you could do, downsizing your home, explore areas with lower property taxes and things like that. Before we wrap it up, here's a few takeaways for you. Puerto Rico, I know, but want to put it in there. They have the highest utility index, 158. Surprisingly, though, they have low transportation costs, 91.5. Kentucky will have the highest health index. Don't get sick. Don't get sick in Kentucky, baby. They're coming in at 106.6, which might be something to consider if healthcare is a priority for you. Mississippi will have the lowest housing index among the top 5 most affordable states, making it a great option for first-time home buyers. So within the top 5, there's different criteria. There's utilities, groceries, housing, miscellaneous, healthcare, things like that. West Virginia is coming in where average is out as the best cost of living for all of the categories. But Mississippi is coming in at the top for the housing portion. Okay? So then you got to look at the taxes. You got to look at all those other things in there. But guys, I created a whole series. We're going through 50 states. I've done 24, 25 of them. Maybe by the time you see this video, it's completed. All of them's completed. Just go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. Let's comment. Let's talk about it. Where do you live? What are you seeing? So that's it. I hope you found this video helpful. Give it a thumbs up or share it with someone who's thinking about moving or just want to save some money. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And let me know in the comments, okay? Would you move to a more affordable state, or do you think the higher costs are worth it where you live now? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.